Hey people, Injured here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Argus Desert Gate and Imperial Guard versus Eldar. Game 2, first up. For the Imperial Guard team is Torpid plays a Lord General, fights range combat, has a retinue to help him out, really good defense and support capabilities alongside Inquisitor Yarrick. Sebasticus is a Commissar Lord, good offense and support, fights in melee combat and begins with a refractor field. This is the Steel Legion elite scheme, and rounding off the blue Imperial Guard team is Elite Mod founder and lead designer Caeltos plays an Inquisitor, offensive commander, lots of great control abilities with some support as well, can get ranged weapons but begins in melee combat. For the red Eldar team, we have Mathis playing a Warlock melee commander that can leap into combat, awesome disruption and mobility, can also tank damage pretty well, alongside Topi switches to the Warp Spider Exarch teleporting commander that fights range combat, some really good control abilities and good at capping and harassing early on. Can also get a pretty nasty melee weapon, and rounding off this red Eldar team as Adila, swapping to a Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat, lots of great buffs with some debuffs and control abilities too. Now for those that don't know, in Faction Wars the first map is a random pick and then it's the losing team that chooses the map from then on. So this is an Imperial Guard pick, Argus Desert Gate, flooding forward with Sentinels. Look at this, double Sentinels from Yarrick and one from Torpid, means 3 up at the top here. A whole bunch of Dire Avengers for the Eldar so far, but they are forced off the top. West side, Eldar hiding behind cover so far, have been pushed back a little bit, and this power is being noded. It was a pretty close first game, wasn't it? Imperial Guard did well with the Manticores, just came apart at the end because of that Eldar mobility to get top. Wasn't really prepared for it, and they're bashing power here, and they've got full gens in the Eldar, which is pretty risky to do early on because of this very reason. One of them goes down, they're going to get at least 2 generators, you would think, and these Dire Avengers in the garrison are getting shot to pieces. Need to retreat out. There we go. Also, for those that don't know, the Warp Spider Exarch's very nasty phase shift ability has been banned from use by myself in these faction wars because it is unfortunately currently bugged, and that it can cause affected units to be unable to move indefinitely after it ends, which is no good and pretty game breaking. So just to make sure that doesn't happen, I asked the players not to use it, so Topi will not be getting it in this game, but he is back on his feet after being revived by the Eldar Farseer. It doesn't quite level her, but she's very close to level 2 now. 500, 445. 2-to-1 cap for the Imperial Guard team after that very good push top, but they pushed a little bit too far, did they? Double Sentinels are still here, one from each player. We have artillery spotters also for Torpid, used these in the first game and they could have been a very valuable tool, but he lost them near the end of tier 1, I believe. West side, double shurikens from Mathis. Inquisitor has gone for the crossbow bolt pistol, which might be a little bit surprising since there are no banshees, but it is a good weapon in its own right. It can also lock down the Warlock with it and set up Manticore strikes and stuff like that, and just generally screw up the Eldar mobility trying to get into position for grenades and stuff. Down goes a Sentinel. In fact, down go 2 Sentinels, both Yarrick and Torpid losing a Sentinel each, and the Farseer taking down the Lord General with a sync kill. Eldar pushing back very, very strongly, bringing out the shuriken cannons in full force. There's 3 of them at the top here. Adila with 1 and Topi with 2. Mathis has 2 over on the west side as well, and all 3 Imperial Guard players responding with artillery spotters.
Our allied structure is under attack.
499, 435. The 2-to-1 for Eldar now kicking in, and they're going to get a full power bash maybe. Commissar Lord executing for the damage buff, but is wasted pretty much because they're going to be suppressed here, and they can't retreat while that buff is active. 488, 435. Full power bash. No, the spotters coming in with a smoke shell and might save that generator. Can they push against this? Double shurikens, triple shurikens even. There's the mortar shell and another smoke shell. But they're still unable to push, unfortunately for them. They need to come around and come up these stairs, I think. Who's the mid player? It's Yarrick who needs to do that. 454, 435. Eldar now with a triple cap Dar Avengers bursting forward and taking that natural. Sentinel with the ground pound upgrade on Yarrick's remaining Sentinel, but now it's tier 2 all round apart from Topi. And Mathis has been able to creep forward gradually with the double shuriken support. Caeltos does not have another way to deal with the shuriken. He does have the spotters, but I was thinking he might get spotters and catechins or double spotters or something, since there's 2 shurikens in a very narrow lane here. But as it turns out, he's just going to go mid. Look at this. Eldar have a full gen farm here. 395, 435. There's the Inspire Courage again from Yarrick, and it's coming into play and might help finish off this Guardian Weapon team. Maybe sort of damage there from those buffed las guns. But they do get away. 386, 435. Also a great thing to use on heavy weapon squads. Just be careful not to execute the model that has the heavy weapon. 385, 435. Eldar now trying to push inwards, having completely locked down this east side. Blue team now massing mid, and they have decapped the Eldar natural, so it's a 1-to-1. Might be a 2-to-1 if someone pushes forward to cap that, because the Sentinel cannot cap it itself. Power's being raised though. Sentinel flanking inwards, but Mathis has already prepared for such things and turned his shurikens to face the middle. Now he needs to turn them again because there's double Imperial Guard here. Meanwhile, mid, here come the Eldar. They are pushing. What's he going to put guide on? I imagine the shuriken once it's set up. There's an incendiary mortar shell. Look at it burning all that Eldar. That is a lot of damage. Awesome usage there from whoever that was. It was Torpid, I believe. Yes. 385, 435, and a Chimera on the field for Torpid. Coming up to the top. Are we going to see the mobile base upgrade to get that reinforcement relay beacon up here? Looks like they're going to be able to at least decap, and we see a Wraith Guard on the field from Mathis and Adila. Topi floating a lot of wreck, goes for a Falcon. This Wraith Guard is going to do a lot of damage here. The Commissar Lords will need to get in very quickly and tie it up. Not much else that can do so unless the Torpid pushes his Lord General in there, which is less than ideal since he's going to get close and bleed his retinue models. There's a nice smoke shell. But here come the Wraith Guard exploding a spotter model. There's another mortar shell. Nicely placed, taking out a couple of models there and helping to kill the Wraith Guard's Warlock leader, which gives them that stun. Pretty nasty, since whenever they lose Wraith sight, they get stunned like that. Mid, lots and lots of action here. Double shurikens and the Wraith Guard of Mathis coming inwards, and it's going to be pretty damn difficult to push against.
Allies have captured a requisition point.
Incendiary shell again. 385, 367. VPs are very close, but you just get the feeling that the Eldar are ramping up here and are going to have a very good tier 2. No sign of any Manticores. Yarrick has gone for double Stormtroopers, in fact, without a kit yet. We do have an assault kit for Caeltos, but I think they're missing the Manticores. 385, 348. Eldar now coming back up to the east. Just that fluid motion between the lanes. Falcons can be very difficult to deal with, and they don't have any anti-vehicle yet that I can see. No, might see anti-armor kits from the 2 Stormtroopers to try and go after that Falcon, but the Commissar Lord moving in onto the Wraith Guard, who lost their Wraith sight again. But they lost their Warlock. The actual Hero Warlock will also grant raid sight, as will the Farseer. Another heavy weapon squad on the way for Torpid. That might be a las cannon. 385, 320 now have 2 Falcons to deal with. Well, here comes the Sentinel with the missile launcher, trying to put pressure on this one, and it is forced to back the hell away. Right Lance might finish off the Chimera. No, it does. He didn't move it away. I thought he was going to move it away. I think he was going to hit repair and move it backwards, but he does not. He was relying on the incendiary shell to kill the Bright Lance, but the Bright Lance gets away. The Eldar are being pushed backwards, but they're still in a reasonably strong position. But there is a sail on the Wraith Guard. That was painful. They did lose something there. A bunch of stormtroopers dying, a bunch of guardsmen dying. 385, 294. Massive firefight here. That Chimera never did put the beacon up, I don't think. I don't think it got the upgrade. But I've given them some staying power here. Put the beacon up and send the Chimera right to the back. Double Falcons. That awesome firepower, and they're very difficult to deal with right now. We do have... No, we don't. We don't have any anti-armor kit stormtroopers. I thought we did. Caeltos has 2 of them. He sent one top. The other one... Oh, both of them top, in fact. So he was helping out there. Which is why the Eldar will push back. Ouch. Heavy weapon squad is wiped. That was... Yarrick's, I think. Another incendiary shell. Those things are doing work. If they could drop 2 of them on the same place with 2 different spotter squads, that would have been nasty. 385, 257. Eldar looking very strong now, starting to hit tier 3. There's a D cannon on the field already. Imperial Guard looking depleted. Really missed the manticores in this game, I think. 385, 249. Spotters dropping something. It's a smoke shell. All this stuff having to get close to engage, and they get a little bit too close. But I think that was a justified push there. Trying to put a little pressure on that VP. Maybe he could have gone wide and gone for the power instead. Still no kit for Yarrick's stormtroopers. Maybe he's waiting to see if fire prisms appear, but these double Falcons need to be dealt with, and nothing's being done really. We do have an autocannon now, which will help. I thought for sure he's going to get a las cannon. I suppose the autocannon is good since it shreds infantry like this as well. Wow, almost finished off that Dire Avenger squad, but here come the Wraith Guard, unleashing those Wraith Cannon volleys. So nasty. Surprised they only got 1 of them over there. 385, 213. Commissar retinue member puts up the refractor field for Torpid, and he's gone for melter guns, so he does have some anti-vehicle on the commander, and that will also give melter guns to the stormtrooper models. Look at this. Double stormtroopers trying to get close, but they run right into a levitation field where they're trying to tie up the decan. I'm not sure what they were doing. It wasn't a grenade since they don't have the assault kit. Singularity goes off and does what you'd expect, but they did push the Eldar off here. 385, 193. Warps Rex up, coming mid to Cat.
Sir, our advantage is slight.
And Falcon pushing forward. Is there stuff inside here? Look at this, Caeltos pushing back up the west side.
Power node is now in friendly hands.
Imperial Guard not going down without a fight. Is this another D cannon from Mathis? Yes, it is. No, it is the only D cannon. Oh, Sir Topi, I think, has one. That's the one that was top, right? Or was that Mathis's D cannon up there? I think it might have been. Power being bashed. Caeltos needed to turn around and fight. Sir Topi is basically against 2 here now. But here comes Yarrick to support. Still no sign of kits for his stormtroopers. Looks like he's going for the Bane Blade, which I think is a mistake. 385, 167, 2-to-1 cap. VPs are getting low. And they're retaking top. Wraith Guard doing their thing. That's a Basilisk Flare, but it's not going to do a whole lot since they're not engaging.
Here, let's get to it.
Bunker. It's a medical bunker. You see the health regen on all of these guards, and might see a massive engagement here mid. There's a singularity again. Artillery dropping their stuff. And that's a sail on the Wraith Guard and a crippling volley on some Dire Avengers. A sail is a channeled ability, I think. If you move, it goes off. 3-1-1-5-9. Eldar still have triple gens mid. And they're pushing east side as well. Grenades. Wow. Heavy Weapon Squad withstanding 2 direct hits from grenades because of that refractor field that they have. Such an awesome upgrade for a setup team. Prevents knockback also. Got a pretty clean push there for the Eldar. Manticore on the field now for Torpid, a little bit late. But they do have one eventually. Yarrick will get his Baneblade going soon, but not sure what it's going to achieve. Really, there's 2 Bright Lances up here and a Wraith Guard, supported by a Farseer. It might go down very, very quickly. Not to mention, looks like Adila does have the 500 red for an Eldritch Storm. So that might go down incredibly quickly. 3-4-6-1-5-9. Red team now decapping blue team's natural, and we might see a triple cap here for the Eldar. Inquisitor moving in. Warlock just puts up his shield for the Champion's Robe. Part of Darkness also there. Merciless Witchblade also. He's going to finish his cap, I think. There's a sail on the Dire Avengers. Sweeps in with a Hell Fury Strike, I think it's called, from the global bar of the Inquisitor. Spotters do drop their Incendiary Shell, and those things have been pretty good this game. But they have, as I've said a couple of times, really missed the Manticores that they had last game. Baneblade is on the way. We will see how it does. Maybe he'll just push through the middle with it, because I think coming up here is going to be suicide. Double Bright Lances, D-Cannon. Where are the Wraith Guard though? They're back at base. Yes, oh, they're in retreat actually. Manticore Strike. Could be nasty. Couldn't quite finish off the D-Cannon, and it can set up again. And they're struggling to push top. 2-4-9-1-5-9. Just about getting their natural back, in fact. Yarrick now does have double anti-armor kits. They've put very little pressure on these double Falcons.
We have an edge for now.
And now there's a Fire Prism up there to deal with, which is further pain for the Baneblade. I thought for sure we'd see some las cannons here for the Falcons, though I suppose Wraith Guard can just walk up to those things and decimate them. 2-1-7-1-5-9. Where's the Baneblade going? It's going top. Let's see how long it lasts. The Baneblade versus triple Eldar is pretty dangerous. You must not know that there's double Bright Lances up there, or surely he'd be taking it mid instead. 2-0-6-1-5-9. D-Cannon setting up. Sentinel still around for Caeltos with the missile launcher in there. Might see a push through the mid for the Eldar. In fact, the Warp through Exarch is capping, and I hear the time field. That could set up an Eldritch. There is the Eldritch, and Wraith Guard getting shots, and it is going to be a dead Baneblade. Wraith Guard should be able to push forward and finish it off. Fire Prism is also there. Bright Lance now getting shots in. Yeah. Baneblade. Whoa, Manticore Strike might save it. No, the Wraith Guard able to get that last volley in. Down goes the Baneblade. 1-6-4-1-5-9. Triple cap now for Eldar. The Imperial Guard did get their VPs reasonably low, but now it's a triple, and they're in trouble. Baneblade now on the way for Caeltos. That's a singularity. Look at the range on this thing. It is pretty remarkable. 1-2-9-1-5-9. Able to hit stuff all the way over here from very safely in the center, and now power is being bashed. It's all over. I think it's safe to say it's going to be 2-0 for the Eldar in this series so far.
So that's 100.
Another D-cannon on the way for Topi. As if they needed it. But they played it right. Strong tier 2 with Falcons and Wraith Guard into D-cannons. Down goes the Inquisitor, and it's a concession from the Imperial Guard players in the end. Conceding to the Eldar. No way they could come back. Eldar all over the map with big guns. Eldar will happily outshoot most factions. Such a strong shooty tier 2. Rangers up late game from Topi, as you saw. Baneblade did not get to come out from Caeltos. Look at the commanders quickly. Lord General level 2. Commissar orders level 3 and down. And the Inquisitor level 2 and down. Warlock level 4. Level 3 Warps Rexarch. Had Entangling Web at the end. Not exactly sure why. No Ogrins or anything. And we had a level 5 Farseer. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the last game.